So everyone knows Passover, right? A lot of people feel they work so hard that they waited for it to pass over because it's really a difficult holiday. And if you know a little Yiddish, you know that that's also why it's called Pesach, because you pay a sak geld, a lot of money, which is probably why the sages also called it lechem ani, because by the time you're done paying for it, you are an ani. But the fact is, there's a lot of deep knowledge in these words themselves. For example, as the Arizal explains, Pesach is from the word Pesach, the mouth that speaks. And through the speaking mouth, one can actually liberate their soul from within themselves against their own ego. The ego is represented by Pharaoh. Pharaoh is again from the language of Perah, the evil mouth, because the mouth, the way a person speaks is, or the way one articulates their thoughts and feelings, is representative as to how spiritually developed and advanced that person is. So therefore, when you have a country called Mitzrayim, Mitzarim, tsar means to be bound up or to be uptight, it's only appropriate that the leader of such a people would be Paro, a man who is uptight in the fact that his language is reflected in Perah, the evil mouth. Comes against such an ego of our own self, Moshe. Moshe's outer letters of his name is Mem-He, which is Ma, because on his own ego he reflects and says, what am I? Ma'ani, nachnu ma. But however, by doing that, he reveals the Tselem Elokim, the image of God in which we are all created, which is the Shekhinah, the Shin that sits in the middle of the name Moshe. So therefore, through the humility and the humble nature of Moshe, he is able to rise up against the arrogance of the ego that we suffer sometimes, and that in the form of Paro. By opening the mouth through Pesach, once the mouth is open, it's now liberated to begin a self-analysis of every aspect of our lives. This is the counting of the Omer, which is again on a play on another level of speech, L'amor, to speak softly and kindly. Because once we go through all the facets of our lives in every aspect of the 49 levels of the Omer, we reach the highest level of speech, which is an oath, the Shavuah, on the holiday of Shavuot, which is Kabbalah's Matan Torah, when we are able to have real emet in our lives, and through real emet is something definitive that we can define clearly. But it begins with a process of asking in our lives, Ma nishtana halayla zeh, Ma. It's all about the Ma. Once we have the Ma, we can remove the ego, and from there, the Shekhinah, our Tselem Elokim, can rise up and free us from the pharaohs in our own lives.